Hi, this is Jeremy Barron, and this is my PowerPoint presentation covering my WIG, lag, and lead measures, as well as my compelling scorecard. Currently, I'm the Associate Director of Events and Conferences at the University of Idaho. My role includes oversight of all university events, both athletic and non-athletic events, conference services, and scheduling for multi-use facilities on campus. Some of those facilities include the Kibbe Dome, Commons meeting spaces, Pittman meeting spaces, Mem Gym, and others. As I read the four disciplines of execution, I found myself frequently thinking about ways in which I could apply the principles taught. I also thought about the whirlwind that exists at the university and within my department. My department is very much a reactionary unit in the sense that we respond to the needs of other departments and off-campus clients regarding the production and planning of their events. The whirlwind is very present in our department, but I found myself feeling optimistic that I could apply the principles despite the whirlwind. On the other hand, from a university standpoint, we are facing significant budget challenges university-wide, and our department alone has been forced to face restructures twice in the last 2 years. In response to the whirlwind within the university as a whole, I was not as optimistic about my ability to apply the principles taught. How could it be possible to come up with a WIG that ultimately wouldn't be crushed due to the inconsistency and instability that exists at the University of Idaho? So, I decided to take an approach to my WIG that I thought could be accomplished despite the challenges that exist at the university. My department is a fully cost recovery unit at the university, which means I do not receive gen ed or student fee funds to operate. I'm responsible for charging for our services and recuperating all expenses related to salaries, equipment purchases, and other operating costs. As a result, we not only rely on on-campus departments and student organizations for this revenue, but we rely on outside entities who utilize university facilities and resources for their events. While this is a relatively small fraction of the revenue source, these clients are also not provided with discounts that are provided to on-campus entities. Soliciting clients like this helps to not only increase revenue, but in many cases helps increase the overall student experience as well. Examples of some of these types of clients include a Newsboys concert held in the Kibbe Dome in November of 2018, a Garden Brothers circus held in the Kibbe Dome in May of 2019, a Rodney Atkins concert that was held in the Sprint Turf in August of 2019, and a hot air balloon festival that will be held on campus in October of 2019. After reviewing my fiscal year 2019 budget, I decided that my wildly important goal will be to increase off-campus client revenue activity by 20% during FY 2020. In order to accomplish my wildly important goal, I have come up with two lead measures. The first, all department event planners are expected to make a minimum of one weekly cold call to a potential off-campus client inviting them to hold an event at the university. Potential clients include organizations like Live Nation, which is a live entertainment promoter, and touring road shows such as RV shows, boat shows, etc. My second lead measure in support of my wildly important goal is to have all department event planners make a minimum of one weekly call to previous off-campus clients to invite them to schedule their event again in fiscal year 2020. My two lead measures will help me accomplish two lag measures, which will ultimately help me accomplish my wildly important goal. The first lag measure is to increase revenue generated through off-campus clientele. Considering the current financial climate at the university, it is highly likely that on-campus departments will decrease the funding available for their events, thus having a direct impact upon department revenue. To supplement this, increased business with off-campus clients is critical. A second lag measure would be the potential for increased enrollment at the university. While enrollment numbers aren't a primary focus of our department, An increase in the event options provided by off-campus clients will certainly benefit the environment provided to both the community of Moscow and the students at the university. The result of this is a stronger desire to live in Moscow and attend the university, thus having a potential positive impact upon enrollment. My compelling scorecard will consist of 3 graphs that will be made available to all staff throughout the fiscal year. The first graph, seen here, will track the fiscal year 2020 progress of off-campus client revenue versus fiscal year 2019 revenue. The graph will be updated at the end of each month, allowing the team to see where our progress stands monthly. The second graph of my compelling scorecard will be specific to each individual account executive or event planner. The information available to them will include the number of calls they have made each month, which will be a combination of lead measures number 1 and number 2, as well as the individual monthly sales they have accomplished. It is important to note that the monthly fluctuation of calls may not necessarily impact the sales numbers for that same month. Events often take 6 to 18 months to plan. However, as the events they are responsible for occur each month, opportunities are available to provide additional options to their clients, thus increasing the amount of each sale. The last graph of my compelling scorecard will show the progress each individual account executive or event planner has made in comparison to their fellow event planners. This should provide a competitive environment in which they can compare their progress against others within the department. This concludes my presentation for my WIG, lag, and lead measures, as well as my compelling scorecard. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and thanks for a great semester.